Everyone, what's up? My name is Matt from myrawintuition.com, and today we have such a fun, amazing show for you. Before we get started, I want to remind you guys that I have 2 books now available on Amazon. The first one is the 21-Day Transformation Program. It's amazing. I highly recommend it. And the second one is, oh, fuck. Shit. Okay, let me start that again. Hey guys, what's up? My name is Jeanette. I'm Jeanette, also known as Ms.FitVegan. And today we have such a fun, amazing show. So let me bring the real Matt in. I thought it was Matt for a second. I'm sorry. I get really confused sometimes. I don't know how this is gonna work, guys. Okay, because I have like a lot of stuff in front of me, but it just fell. we gonna make it work. Because when things don't work, guess what? You make them work. You make them work, boo. Okay, I'm literally a mess today. What's up, 40? What's up, boo? So how is this gonna work? Let's see. Yeah, that's not ideal.
What's up, boo?
What's up, Matt? Okay. Yeah, let me just fix my situation and you distract the kids.
Okay, what's up, kids? Hey, what's going on, everybody? So yeah, we're gonna talk about how to pick ripe fruit today. And as I mentioned, earlier in the week, this is Jeanette's specialty. So I'm actually gonna be the student here. And I'm excited to listen to, all her experience. This is what she does. So I've got a few things here. I've got like the typical grocery store fruits that I'm gonna be able to, give my opinion on, but Jeanette is the queen of picking fruits. So
thank God I wore pants today, Matt, because I don't know. Usually we don't. YouTubers don't wear pants, but thank God I did.
I'm not wearing any.
I don't know, but and also, Matt, I do have a microphone. I'm just saying.
Wow.
I don't know if that is something that impresses you guys, but I'm impressed. So I think I might sit like this. Yeah, this might be the best way. What a mess. If you guys knew, Matt and I don't have our shit together. We're just pretending. We're just pretending that we do.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on.
And Matt's better at pretending than me. Okay, I think this is the only option. What
looks good.
Okay, so what's up, everyone? Thank you for being here. I truly need to get an assistant. If anybody would like to work for fruit, please email me, DM me. I need you. Okay, so today we are going to be talking about, how's the sound? Is this okay with the microphone, Matt?
It sounds okay. It's not your greatest, but.
Oh, so you can't hear me?
Yeah, but it's kind of, you can tell it's going through it's coming through a different speaker.
Oh, fuck it. Okay. So today, guys, I wanted to do this because it's all I know. It's all I know. So the only thing I can give to you guys of value. I'm still figuring out the seating situation. I need a tip down. That's what's happening here. So we are going to be going through every single fruit. And honestly, this is so key because you can know all the theories. You can know all the benefits. You can know what to do. But if you... Sorry. But if you don't know how to pick out your fruit, you're fucked. Seriously, like you won't be enjoying this lifestyle. Step 1, guys, I already told you what books to get in my intro. Step 1 is to get Matt's books. Step 2 is to check out Return to the Brain of Eden, because this is going to, you approve, Matt?
I got that book right over here. Yep.
Yes, this is going to help you understand why fruit is your species-specific food. Now, once you educate yourself that way, then you're going to use the tips and tricks from this episode in order to live your fruity fantasies, okay? It's very important that you know how to pick out every fruit, how to tell when it's ripe, how to store it, how to ripen it faster. So, Matt, if you're down, oh no, we got to do the questions first.
My favorite part.
I know, me too, but I'm just such a mess today. Okay. I'm going to breathe while you answer questions. Guys,
okay.
I've compiled a list of questions because you guys are amazing and you send me questions and I love it so much. I've compiled a list of questions. I answered them all actually on my podcast to see Matt.
I love your podcast. I'm a huge fan.
Okay, no autographs, please. So we are going to do the questions for Matt and I answered them. So if anybody's interested in my answers, check out my podcast. Okay. Now, Matt, are you ready?
I'm always ready.
He wants to be me, guys. This guy wants to be me, but it's okay.
I stay ready so I don't have to get ready.
Right. I don't know if I want to be Matt or Matt wants to be me. I don't know. It's bizarro world, guys. Okay, number one. What's better for you, Matt? Maple syrup or agave?
I would say maple syrup. I think it's a much cleaner and just a more natural source of, if you want a sweetener, I guess that's between those two, I would go with maple syrup for sure.
Yes. Number two, Amisha asked, do you have any recommendations on good foods for adrenal fatigue? Any particular fruit that might be helpful?
Any particular fruit? I would say fruit in general. I would say juicy fruits are going to be your best foods for the adrenals, because the adrenals are involved in, stress response and the kidney function. And so fruit, juicy, electrolyte rich fruit are really going to help those adrenals. They're like the spark plugs of the body. So give it those electrolytes in those juicy, colorful fruits. And those are what I would recommend.
Yeah, Seisha Rapar, I don't know that name, but she says, I don't think maple syrup is raw. Yeah. Do you think maple syrup's raw, Matt?
No, I don't think it can be, because it won't be in that liquidy state. I think it would be much thicker if it weren't. I believe, I'm not an expert on maple syrup, but I'm pretty sure they have to heat it to make it in the consistency that people like it.
I would be much thicker as well if I wasn't raw. Number three, Matt, I'm curious, why are pools so toxic?
Oh, wow. Why are they so toxic? Well, I mean, this could be a whole episode on its own.
Keep it to 1 minute, Matt, okay?
The main thing is the chlorine. All right, it's a halide, so it's really detrimental to the thyroid. All right, so you want to get like chlorine, fluorine, bromine, these sorts of chemicals that are so pervasive in our environment, such as in our carpets, in our, upholsteries, pools, in our drinking water, all these things. We're taking in these other compounds like chlorine, and that's going to displace the iodine that our body and our thyroid and every cell uses iodine, right? So we got to make sure that we aren't blocking the utilization and absorption of iodine and other beneficial compounds by taking in all these chlorines and bromines and things like that. So when you get into a pool, you're just soaking yourself in these chemicals that are going to affect not only thyroid and iodine absorption, but also your microbiome. Chlorine kills bacteria. And so we are bacteria. We're made up of mostly bacteria. So if you're getting into something that's killing bacteria, you're actually killing part of yourself. So that's my really super fast answer.
Thank you, Matt. We is 12:22 already. We need to do a whole episode just on Q&A.
Yeah.
Because I literally have 16 questions, and this is insane.
I can do 5-second answers.
No, it's not. No, I love your answers. They're perfect. It's just I don't know how to manage the time properly. Yeah.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah, I think, I don't know. But I know for a fact that I want your answer on all these things, and I'm just going to pick a few more so we can get to the fruit. Okay, so Bill asked, hey, are lectins a real thing that we would worry about when it comes to eating a plant-based diet? Or is that just some bullshit that they made up to try and scare people?
Bingo. Yeah, complete bullshit. Maybe in the most extreme senses, if you know, I don't see it as a problem. I think if it's in the food, if it's in a whole natural food, it hasn't been added by man, and it's something that tastes good to us, then there's no issue, because God or nature put that in the food to come in as a package. So if it's there for a reason, and it's not gonna harm us. But if you're eating foods that are unnatural and not meant to be eaten, and maybe they're higher in lectins, then perhaps you could get an imbalance. But for the vast majority in general situation, not a problem.
There you go. Okay. What would you recommend, Matt, for a parasite cleanse that is natural? I only eat fruit and veggies, and this is still a problem after 2 years. Before you answer that, Matt, I don't believe that this person only eats fruit and vegetables only for 2 years.
Yeah.
If you're going to send in a question, don't fucking lie to me. I will literally come to your house and stay with you for 2 years to fucking make sure you're not lying. Because I don't believe it. 2 years? I don't even eat fruit and vegetables just for 2 years. I eat nuts and seeds. I eat seaweed. I eat other things. What the fuck? But, Matt, can you please let us know what is a recommended parasite cleanse that is natural?
Yeah. Wow. I love Jeanette's passion. That's why she's my partner here. All right. So I would say juicy fruits and herbs. So I like fresh herbs like cilantro and parsley and dill. And you can even put in things like ginger and garlic even. These are anti-parasitic type whole plant foods. I think the biggest part is to get rid of, as Arnold Ehret would say, get rid of the mucus in your body, because that mucus and over accumulation or excessive mucus in the GI tract is where a lot of the parasites love to just, hang out. And so if you can get rid of the excess mucus and flush it out with those hydrating, electrolyte-filled fruits and vegetables and those leafy green herbs, you're going to help to flush out those parasites, because they're not going to have anywhere to live. Parasites, bacteria, anything that people think are bad really are only there. They're there for a reason, right? So if you have a bacterial infection, it's because the environment is requiring the bacteria to be there in the first place. So the parasite or the bacteria is only a consequence of what we have been doing to the body. And so once you start treating your body correctly and you create the correct environment, there is no more need for the parasite or the bacteria to be there. And so it will resolve itself.
Amazing. Dude, I love asking you questions. So that's what I'm trying to say. We should do this show for 8 hours. Questions and 1 hour topic.
Yeah, I agree.
Last question, even though I want to ask you all of them. Last question, Matt. Anna asked, Jeanette, oh, well, she asked me, but we gonna let Matt put his little in. What can I do to help with menopause?
Ooh, well, I have never been through menopause, but
Nothing. I was gonna make a joke that probably will get us canceled. So let's
yeah. I love getting canceled. So yeah, all right. This is what I would say to anybody that is concerned or going through menopause. This is a hormonal issue, and so the best thing you can do is to protect your body's hormonal system, your endocrine system. So like I was talking about with the chlorinated pools, you want to stay away from anything that's going to be an endocrine disruptor and imbalance your endocrine system, as well as making sure you are eliminating properly. So the two biggest systems in this equation, endocrine system and the eliminative system. All right, so make sure you're not clogging yourself up with a bunch of high fat, processed junk foods, animal products, things like that. Obviously get rid of the animal products, because then you're taking in exogenous hormones, which will affect your own endogenous hormones. And so obviously keep out the animal products, but then work on your eliminative system. Make sure you're evacuating your bowels every single day, multiple times a day. Stay hydrated and stay away from the immense amount of endocrine disrupting chemicals that we have in clothing, that we have in carpets, that we have in swimming pools and shower, you know, our tap water, all these different things, processed foods. Eat a clean diet, make sure you're eliminating well, and avoid environmental endocrine disrupting chemicals.
Yeah, great advice.
And sleep well.
I'm sorry?
Get enough sleep as well.
Yes. Yes, Dad, we will. Okay, so 40 said that I should take this one, and I did, 40. Okay, I answered it on my podcast. But what I will say real quick, because I can't have Matt looking like he knows everything, you know, and I don't know nothing. Burnout is the true cause of menopausal symptoms. And so you have menopausal symptoms because your adrenals have been overstressed and producing hormones that you don't need for years. You are exhausted, you know, maybe physically, mentally, and spiritually. When you're in your 40s and 50s, you're supposed to be in your prime. You're not supposed to be suffering. You're not supposed to be suffering. And so menopause doesn't take just a few years to happen. It takes 40 years. So what Matt said is absolutely true. And if you'd like more of what I think, which is just the same as what Matt thinks, but like a little maybe fruitier. I don't know. But check out my podcast. Okay. Whew. I'm okay now, Matt. Cool. As you were talking, I got a chance to breathe. So now we are going to start the show. 12:30. Okay, perfect. So the first thing I wanted to say, guys, when picking out your fruit, what's up, Nicole? What's up, Boo?
Hey, Nicole.
That's my friend, Matt.
Oh, sorry.
Picking out your fruit, guys, I'm going to say some general rules, and then I will possibly let Matt talk. Number one, you need to know what the stickers mean. Okay, so you know these produce stickers, it's probably backwards or blurry for you, but we need to know what they mean. So 8, we hate. 8 is GMO. You will probably never see the number 8 in your supermarket because, and correct me if I'm wrong, Matt, most GMOs don't go into the produce section. Most GMOs are turned into cereals and cakes and cookies and, right? Is that right?
Yeah, and animal feed and yeah.
Animal feed, yes. And so 8 we hate. If you ever see any sticker that starts with an 8, fucking throw that shit away. 9 is fine. 9 means organic, okay? 3 and 4, you didn't know I could rhyme, did you?
It's impressive.
3 and 4 is conventional. Now, Matt, what is the difference between produce that starts with the number 3 and produce that starts with the number 4?
Oh, no. That's a good question. I don't even know. I don't know.
I don't either. That's why I asked you. So we know it's commercially grown, okay? And so 3 and 4 commercial, 8 GMO, 9 is organic. That's number 1. Number 2, okay? Personally, when I pick out fruit, general rule, if you're looking for ripe fruit, it has to smell. Fruit is supposed to smell fragrant, okay? When it's ripe, like all fruits, except just a few. So grapes, avocados, anything else you can think of, Matt, that doesn't smell? Yes, avocados. That's all I can think of. And everything else, every other fruit smells when ripe. Oh, I'm sorry. Mamey Sapote does not smell. Oh, no, it does. I'm sorry. So that's that. Number 3, and I'll let you talk soon, Matt. Number 3 is that I personally, when picking out my fruit personally, oh my God, I don't even know if I can show you guys stuff because everything's going to fall. But when I pick out my fruit, I like the weird looking ones. So this is a papaya and it's kind of weird looking. And I always go for the ones that are weird looking. I don't know, maybe it makes me feel like I have friends or I'm young, I don't know. But it feels like it's more, it's going to be more natural, healthier. I don't know why. I like the weird looking fruit. And number 4, general rule, okay, when picking out your fruit, is for the storage. And we're going to go through every single fruit, guys. I will hold Matt hostage until we get through every fruit. No, but the way you buy it, guys, is the way you store it. Okay, so what does this mean? If you buy it in the fridge, you store it in the fridge. berries, grapes. What else, Matt?
I'm, so what about oranges that were in the refrigerated section at the store?
Yes, but if they're, I don't know, do oranges go in the refrigerated section? It's pretty rare. Oh, like the juicing oranges, maybe.
Maybe, yeah. The store that I go to, they sometimes have the oranges refrigerated.
So then keep them in the fridge because most likely they're ripe or ripening. And so, yes, the way you buy it is the way you store it. Most fruit needs to be out of the fridge. If you want things to last longer, put them in the fridge. If you want things to get ripe sooner, put them in the sun. Put them in your oven. Put them in a dark, warm place. Okay. So those are my general rules when picking out fruit. Matt, do you have any general rules you can think of?
Yeah, I would say a general rule of mine is to, like Jeanette said, the smell is huge. You know, if you can smell it, you know that it's likely going to be a good ripe fruit. I would also say the colors are another good indication if something is going to be ripe. So most fruit is going to start to get vibrantly colorful. It's not going to be green. You know, some fruits are green, like avocado can be green and still be good and ripe, but a lot of times it's going to get a little darker. But yeah, the color is a good indication, like with mangoes or papaya or things like that. If it's green, typically it's not ripe yet. And then also I always make sure to look for any bruises or scrapes or breaks in the skin, because that can, you know, lead to lower quality. So you just want to make sure it's not all bruised up and it got banged around in the transport. Yeah, so that's always something that I look for, is just to make sure that it's not damaged in any way. Let's see.
Matt, I have to say, that is such a good tip. And guys, if you get one thing out of this episode, please, please know how to pick out your fruit without ruining it, okay? This is a big fucking problem, okay? So let me show you right now. When you're picking out fruit, you want to put your finger on the top and the bottom and squeeze it. You don't want to put your nubby little, nasty little thumbs all over my fucking fruit. Because guess what happens, guys? It bruises it, and then it gets all, it just ruins the fruit. Your finger goes on the top and the bottom of every fruit. Squeeze it very gently. Be gentle, and you will know if it's right. But I will teach you how to know every single fruit. And sorry, Matt, I needed to get that out. This is like.
How did you know I have a nubby thumb?
Sorry to cut you off, Matt. Anything else?
No, those are my general rules. You know, sight, smell, and make sure that it doesn't have any bruises or breaks in the skin.
When in doubt, smell it out. Okay,
yes.
So I wanted you guys to know that I created a PDF of everything I'm going to say today, the tips on every single fruit. And so if you want that PDF, you can just DM me here on Instagram, fruit. If you just send me the word fruit, I will send you, so you don't have to take notes. You can have all the notes, and we're going to get started. Wow, 12:40. We're going to get started. Sorry, Matt. This is my life. I can't help it.
I love it.
Number one, Matt, apples. How do you pick out your apples?
Well, again, I look for the, brightest colored apples, depending on what kind of apple I'm getting. If it's Granny Smith, obviously, it's going to be green. But if I'm getting like a Fuji or, a Honey Crisp or something like that, I want it to be as vibrantly colorful as I can find. And then I just want to make sure that it's, again, not bruised, because apples are ones that really tend to get bruised a lot. And sometimes it's hard to notice unless you really feel it. Get your little grubby fingers on there and your nubby thumbs. As Jeanette said, don't manhandle it and bruise it yourself, but just make sure that there's no soft spots and that it's a nice firm apple.
Yeah, so Matt, why are apples always ripe? What is going on with apples?
That's a good question. I don't exactly know, but I don't think apples smell, right?
Yeah, they do. Yeah, they do.
Do they? Oh, maybe I eat unripe apples then.
They do, especially like the Honey Crisp. I don't really eat apples, and I almost bought a bunch of fruit for this episode, but then, because I eat a lot of exotic tropical fruit. I usually don't eat most of the fruits that we're going to talk about. But, and I wanted to keep it real, try to relate to you. But I was like, you know, I'll just let Matt talk about these fruits. Okay.
Yeah.
Number 2, apricots. I had an apricot, but I threw it. I don't know where I threw it earlier in this episode. So Matt, could you please tell us, how do you pick out apricots?
Yeah, so apricots, not gonna lie, most of the stone fruits are not something that I get very often here in Minnesota because they're always rock hard, right? They're almost never properly ripe. And so it's difficult for me to find good apricots and peaches and plums because a lot of times they're just way too hard and they never turn out that great. But when they do, you just want to, again, make sure that it is firm, but also it has some give to it. And that's really my best way of knowing if it's going to be a good apricot, is if it's got a little bit of give, kind of like an avocado or like a mango. You know, you don't want it to be rock hard, but you want it to have just a little bit of give.
Yes, I have a few, but I have a big pile of fruit, guys. It's not ideal. Number 3, bananas. Okay, so let me talk a little, Matt, because I'm talking. So for your banana situation, yes, I don't eat those. I eat these kind of bananas.
Fancy.
Better than Matt in every way, in most ways. And so this is different. Okay, so these don't get spotty. Okay, these are Namwa bananas, okay, and they don't get spotty. Look at these guys, Matt. It's so cute.
Wow, they're together.
This is so cute. Okay, guys, here's how you know when these are ripe. First of all, they smell amazing, but the number one thing, they're not ripe yet because guess what? They would peel silently. Okay, you hear that? You can hear it, right?
Yeah.
It's not silent. So bananas need to peel silent. Now, the ones that Matt has, they must be spotty, and they also must peel silently. And so, Matt, did you know, I'm sure you did, but if you take the top off, they ripen faster.
I've heard the plastic piece.
Yes.
Yeah, I have heard that. Yeah.
Do you have any extra tips on bananas, Matt?
No, that's about it. You just want to, I would just say, make sure you have a good range of ripeness in bananas so that you always have a consistently available selection of spotted bananas. So I have green bananas downstairs. And so, you know, I always make sure that I've got a good, basically a range of ripeness in my bananas especially, but also other fruits like mangoes. I like to make sure I get some ripe mangoes. And then I have some that aren't quite as ripe. You know, they're going to take maybe 3 to 5 or 7 days to ripen. And that way I'm always having some fruit that's available.
Yeah, so yes, you guys, you can peel your banana from the bottom. Just make sure it peels silently. And 40, somebody asked, where can they get these kind of bananas? They're either, you know, the Thai variety or the Namwa, or there's hundreds of types of bananas. Yeah. Well, guys, I hate to do this to you, but I do have a book. Okay, it's not like Matt's fancy real life book, but I have a book called Ms.FitVegan's Guide to Tropical and Exotic Fruit. And I put it out. But it's an ebook. It's only $11.11, and it will tell you exactly how to get exotic tropical fruit wherever you live. My best tip is to find an Asian market. Find an Asian grocery store. I mean, if you're in New York, you can DM me and I'll tell you exactly where to go. Go to the corner of Mulberry and Canal Street and tell her you know me, and she will hook you the fuck up, boo. Okay. You can also go to Hong Kong Supermarket if you're in New York, but just DM me because there's hundreds. And wherever you are, I guarantee you, you can find exotic tropical fruit. Okay. And so I have a lot of information in there. So go check out that book. It's in the link in my bio. Matt, quick question. What can people, okay, no, fuck it. We got to keep going with the list of fruit. Sorry. Number 4, blackberries. Okay, so let's go through all the berries. So guys, the number one tip that you want to know when picking out your berries, smell them. Smell them.
Yeah.
That's all you need to do. But by the way, Matt, do blackberries smell?
Yeah, they do a little bit. Yeah, they do. I can't describe it, but they have a scent.
Similar to me. Can't
Yeah.
describe it. There's something there. Okay, so for strawberries, they need to be dark red. Dark, 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 dark.
Yeah.
And also, I always look for the darkest of everything. Blueberries, raspberries, strawberries. But smell. You're going to have to smell everything. And if you're embarrassed to smell your fruit, then you don't even deserve fruit. You don't even deserve it.
Wow.
No, I don't know. Like, what are people embarrassed about, Matt? Like, some people tell me they're embarrassed in the supermarket to try things, like grapes. Okay, when you go to the store, we're jumping ahead. When you pick grapes, how do you pick them out, Matt?
Well, so it kind of depends on, hold on. Okay, so you want the grapes to be, you know, firm. You don't want them to be squishy, right? So you want to be firm. And, you know, I don't think grapes really smell either. Do you think they smell?
I said they didn't. Grapes and avocados.
Yeah, no, they don't really smell. But yeah, when I'm picking out grapes, I just want to make sure they are firm and not squishy, and there's no mold, and there's no, you know, funky stuff going on in there. You know, I think the main thing that I have found living this lifestyle is that you're gonna figure out what a good fruit looks like and feels like the more you do this. So the point is to go out and buy a shitload of fruit, because you're gonna start to learn. I had to bring out my potty mouth.
I never heard that fruit ever.
I know. I thought you'd like that.
I think I need to take a break. Hold on.
I practiced that for about 5 days before today, just so I could impress you. So you're gonna want it. The more you buy fruit, the better you're going to know what good fruit looks and feels like. So even if you listen to everything that we say today, if you're not out doing it, it's not going to, you know, it's just not going to be the same. You have to actually go buy the fruit. You got to do it, and you'll start to see how good fruit looks and feels and smells. But yeah, for grapes, I just look for, make sure they're firm, not going bad at all, and that's usually a good way to do it. Somebody
said I can't read. So my phone is very far, guys, and I technically need glasses. So I can't read the comment who's saying it, but somebody said picking out good fruit is an art form. Yes, yeah. It is. Yes, it is. And what Matt said is absolutely right. If you put in the reps, that's what's gonna help you the most. We can help a little bit. And listen, if you're shopping with us, like, yeah, that's how I feel. By the way, if anybody wants to pay me to go shopping with them, that is like a dream job. So hit me up. Because can you imagine, Matt, like somebody going shopping with raw intuition? Wow, that would be fun. I'm gonna pay you to go with me. You can't afford it, boo. That's true. So next is we're gonna talk about, and by the way, I brought up the grapes early because I wanted to just say the #1 way to pick out perfect grapes is to try one. And if you're embarrassed, you try your grapes, Matt? Yeah, okay. I don't know, because I don't really know Matt, guys. Just want you to know. I don't even talk to him. He's not allowed to look at me in the eye off line. And we have a contract. We don't communicate except for live. So I don't really know Matt, but let me tell you right now, the best way to pick out your grapes, just dust them off on your shirt and try one. And if you're embarrassed, here's the tip. You take the grapes, you put them in your cart. You go to an aisle that is empty, okay? I used to do this 11 years ago. Now, if you think I give one grape, if you think I give one, fuck, I don't. Because I'm paying a lot of money. And if a grape tastes good, I'm going to buy a shitload. And if it doesn't taste good, I'm not going to buy any. This is key. If you can try your fruit before you buy it, do it. Cherries, grapes, berries. I don't really try berries because I know if they're going to be good or not. But do it in the beginning, okay? And buy a lot if it tastes amazing. This is such a good tip because, for example, there was lychees in the store the other day, Matt. And they didn't look so good, but I tried one anyway because I love lychees. And it was the first of the season. And it was so good. I bought all of them, but I would have never known if I didn't try it. So guys, go to an aisle that has nobody there and try your fruit. Okay, let's continue. Cherimoya. Matt, how do you know when a cherimoya is ripe? And what does it taste like for those of us that have never had it?
See, I think Jeanette is putting me on the spot because she's rubbing it in my face that I don't have access to good cherimoya. So I'll just say I had it once, and I'm pretty sure you want it to be, isn't it kind of just supposed to be like kind of like an avocado? You want it to be a little, have a little give and fragrant, not like an avocado, but you want it to be fragrant. And yeah, I can't even remember what it tastes like, sadly.
Oh no, this is the saddest thing I've ever heard. Okay, I know there's world hunger and there's bad things happening, but Matt not knowing what a cherimoya tastes like, that's sad. Everybody, please go buy Matt's book so that he can buy a cherimoya. No, just kidding.
Please.
Do you have a local Asian market?
Yeah, we do. And I have seen it there, but I just haven't, wanted to put in the $50 to take one home. So
I was going to say something off color, but let's just continue. Sherry's watching, always. She's always watching.
She is.
So next is coconuts, okay? And then Matt will do cucumbers, okay?
Ooh.
So coconuts, I recommend these. Now, if you can't get these, and this is literally why I moved to Florida, guys, if you don't know, fruit is my life. It's not just the name of a company, okay? And so I moved here because I wanted to eat the way I wanted to eat, God damn it. I deserve it, and we all do. And so I recommend these coconuts. These are the fresh coconuts that you can only find in Florida and Puerto Rico and Hawaii. These are the only places in the United States that grow them. And so I'm open to living in Puerto Rico if anybody wants to sponsor me and put me in their mansion in Puerto Rico, though. Okay, so these coconuts are amazing, and I don't exactly recommend the ones in the store that are brown because I don't know what's going on there exactly. But I just want you to know, if you ever go on vacation in Puerto Rico or Florida, the yellow ones are often sweeter. And also, one tip real quick. Oh my God, where is my tool? So there's this tool that you can buy on Amazon, and how I open my coconuts. And it's so simple and easy. I have a lot of videos on this, but you just pop the top off, okay? You put it in here, you twist it. I already have one open, so I'm not gonna open it right now, but it's super easy, super simple. And that is what I recommend for that. Now, if you can't get that, I recommend the Thai coconuts you get in the store, the white ones. Those are the next best thing. However, they are dipped in formaldehyde in order to come into this country, in order to not be brown, right? Because what those coconuts are the same as these, but they cut the husk. And so all you see is the white part. And so the white part is going to go bad in a few minutes if you don't dip it in some type of preservative. And so they use formaldehyde. So Matt, the question is, do you drink those coconuts?
I used to drink those a lot.
Me too.
I used to go through like a case a week at least. Yeah, I would go to my Asian market. I would buy like 1 or 2 cases, and yeah, I would make. I would just drink them, or I'd use the flesh in my smoothies or in other recipes. But yeah, I did find out that they were dipped in formaldehyde and anti fungals and things like that, and so I kind of got away from getting them. Now, I don't think having them here or there is really probably an issue. Just try not to, take the plastic off and be touching the outside of it as much as possible. But yeah, I kind of stay away from them. If I have coconut, it's usually when I'm visiting Florida or, something like that.
Yeah. And so for the people that keep asking me what kind of coconut water I recommend, I mean, if you have to get it in the bottle, please there's a great company. It's called Exotic Superfoods. Exotic Superfoods. I don't know if they went out of business. I hope they didn't, but it's a small company and they ship frozen coconut water and coconut meat all throughout the United States. And I used to get cases delivered to my house, cases in New York. And this was the only coconut water I would drink personally, exotic superfoods. And so that's what I recommend. It was organic, unpasteurized, one ingredient. And so if you have to get coconut water, if you really want it, try to get one that's frozen, and make sure it has only one ingredient, guys. Coconuts, okay? One ingredient only. And if you're drinking pasteurized juice, just please know that there is really no point, because if it's pasteurized, it's dehydrating you, and coconut water is supposed to hydrate you. So I would recommend you just buy fresh fruit. Just buy fresh fruit, fresh watermelon every single day. Juice your watermelon. I have watermelon juice every day of the summer. Yeah, there you go, Matt. Okay, so let's continue. Oh, I hate to look at the time. I don't even want to know the time. Sorry, Matt. Next is, okay, so we're going to go down the list, citrus. Let's go to like grapefruits, oranges, and lemons, and all types of citrus. Matt, do you have a tip that you like to do for citrus?
Yeah, citrus is mostly, for me, it's the feel. If it is soft, like, you know, again, most fruits, when you say soft, they just you want to have a little give to them. They don't want to be like mushy, except for limes and lemons to a certain extent, I guess. But like oranges, for me, I have the best luck with oranges that are more of a smooth skin and a nice, you know, soft feel. If they're super rock hard, usually they're not going to be the greatest, like most fruits. And so, yeah, again, I always go by feel. And if they're, you know, really orange colored, that's great too. Sometimes even if they're not as brightly orange, as long as they have a good feel to them and they're nice and, you know, kind of squishy, but not super soft, they're usually, I have pretty good luck with that.
Can somebody write down how many times Matt is saying rock hard? I would just like that my own personal, my diary. I would like to write. Okay, so for the limes, guys, I just want to say the best tip that I have is your limes should be light in color. So this is a lime. Can you guys even see me? I don't have a ring light anymore. So I don't even know like what's going on, but the limes are supposed to kind of be looking like lemons at this point. Okay, so this lime is ripe and this one is not. Do you see the difference? Okay, and how to ripen your limes, because we haven't actually been touching upon how to ripen everything. But like I said, the general rule is to put it in a dark, warm place, maybe on a windowsill, or if you have a balcony, or in your cupboard or your oven, or put it in a brown paper bag. If you want to ripen things really quickly, put your fruit in a brown paper bag with a banana or an apple or a pear. I don't know. Is that true, Matt? Does it work?
I've actually never done it, but I hear a lot of people say that it works. So, I mean, it might be worth a shot.
Yeah. You know why we've never done it? I'm just going to tell you the truth, guys. Because we buy an abundance of fruit at different stages. So we don't, not really like waiting for this one piece of fruit to ripen so we can eat it. Like, that's not how you're going to be successful. Let me just show you guys the situation here, okay? So I'm about to flip the camera. You guys are going to see my crazy setup. I have an umbrella because it's very hot here. I need to protect my phone because it's going to shut off if it gets too hot. Guys, this is just like a day's worth of food, okay? No, this is like a few days. But guys, there's a lot here, and this is all just for me. It's just me, and there's a lot more that I have too that I couldn't bring out. So please understand that if you go to the store and you buy one orange, you're fucking playing yourself. Don't ever buy one piece of fruit. Ever. What are you doing? You're not serious about this lifestyle. Let's continue, Matt. So that's the citrus. And yes, smell, to me, smell is number one. I don't care what anything looks like. I just smell it. That's my motto.
I have the same, you know, approach to my friends. If they smell good.
My joke. That was my joke.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
That's how I know if I'm gonna go on a second date. I just smell them. Okay. We don't even talk. I just sniff their butt like a dog. Okay. Next is jackfruit. I didn't buy one because I didn't. I spent all my savings. Okay. So I didn't buy a jackfruit for some reason. I just had too much already in the house. And so with the jackfruit, guys, my best tip to you, if you're a newbie, it's got to be dark. It's got to have some give. The spikes need to be flat. Okay, this is very important. The spikes need to be flat. And what I would do is, what I like to recommend is you find one that kind of looks good, it smells good, and you ask them if they can cut it in half. Okay, because jackfruits are very expensive. And so what I used to do in New York is I asked if they can cut it in half, and then I would buy both halves, but I would try it first. Okay, because if you're going to spend, you know, 30, 40, 50, 60 dollars on a piece of fruit, you better be able to eat that. And, you know, after you waste your money for, you know, about 11 years, you get pretty fucking tired. No. Get bitter and old, like me and Matt. Okay, yes. We're old inside and bitter. And so that's why we're doing this episode. So you don't have to go through what we've been through.
Yeah.
Okay? And so, you know, I've bought $80 durians, Matt, that were disgusting.
Oh no. Yeah, I've bought $60 durians. Luckily they were pretty good, but yeah.
That's not a similar story. Correlate. That didn't relate.
Yeah. I'm a mess. I'm sorry.
Okay, Matt's doing an impression of me. Or I don't know. Listen, guys, cut it in half. Cut your jackfruit in half. Try it before you buy it. Smell it and you what was the rhyme? When in doubt, smell it out. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, next, Matt, is kiwis. Do you eat kiwis?
Sometimes, not very often, but if I do, I like to eat the skin. Do you eat your kiwi skin?
No.
What? Come on.
Wait.
It's good.
What? It feels weird.
I thought for sure if anybody had eaten the skin, it would have been Jeanette. So yeah, I definitely eat the skin. If I'm gonna pick out a kiwi though, it's so similar with all these fruits. I want it to have a little give. I don't want it to be super rock hard. And kiwi.
Number 3, guys. That's the 3rd time.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I love that phrase. So yeah, I would just say make sure that it's, you know, got a little give. And a kiwi does, if I remember right, it does have a little smell to it. A nice fragrance. So yeah, that's how I pick them out. And again, I like to eat the whole fruit, skin and all.
Because you enjoy the skin, or it has benefits?
Both. So at first I only did it because I heard that it had good benefits. Like that's where most of the nutrients were. And so I wasn't super crazy about it in the beginning, but after I did it for a little bit, I just started to like it.
Yes. That's what she said. I don't, but guys, I only eat the skin of the kiwi berries. I don't truly eat kiwis, and just like Casalandra, I only like golden kiwis. Okay, because, you know, I'm over the little green ones that like you eat, the little people. Golden kiwis are amazing. Zin Rosie, are you there? Can you send me some golden kiwis from Australia? Lychees or lychees. How do you say it, Matt?
Lychee is what I say.
Okay, but how are you supposed to say it?
Lychee.
Okay. And so lychees, everything's a mess, and you're not even seeing the beautiful fruit, guys. This is terrible. So lychees need to be very, very red, dark red. If they're brown or light in color, trash. Okay, Matt, by the way, I don't know if I told you this, but we're going to be doing a watermelon workout in 2 weeks.
I'm doing it right now.
No, because to celebrate my watermelon workout challenge, which is launched, yes. We're going to do a workout together.
Okay.
Exciting.
Wow.
Lychees, again, try it before you buy it, and just make sure they're very dark. They've got to be dark. Okay, longans are one of my favorite fruits of all time. It tastes like cream soda to me. I love it so much. You know about longans, Matt?
Yeah, I've had them here and there. I like them.
Here and there. Yeah, so basically this is all I eat in the summer is longans, lychee, mango, watermelon, and that's about it. That's about it. And so the longans must be firm, like grapes. They're literally just like grapes, but like way better. And please try it before you buy it. Okay.
What's the other name for longans?
Oh no. Do you know? I don't know.
Maybe.
No. Okay, Google, what is the name?
Isn't it?
Oh, wait. It's with an N?
No. Fail.
Well, what is it?
Well, I think it's called, aren't they called dragon eyes? Because the little seed in the middle is like a dragon eye or something.
This will be the last episode of the Raw Fits, guys. Thank you so much for being here. It has been such an amazing experience. Thank you, Matt, from rawintuition.com. Thank you so much.
It was a pleasure.
Next, it's 103, Matt. Do you have a hard stop? Oh, a rock hard stop, as you would say?
I don't have a rock hard stop today, so if you want to, go for extra rounds, we can do that.
Thank you so much. That was quite interestingly worded. Okay, guys, we have mangoes next. Mangoes are everything. So, Matt, if you need to use the restroom, you can leave at this.
Thank you.
So mangoes are my life. They're everything to me. The number one tip, no matter what kind of mango it is, guys, and I have some exotic mangoes in my life, thank God, but the sap needs to be coming out of the top. That is the sugar, okay? That is a very good indication that is going to be sweet and amazing. Now, also, what did I tell you guys? Who wants extra credit, okay? What did I tell you on how to pick out your mangoes? Top and bottom. Put your finger on the top and the bottom. You want to say something, Matt, or you're okay?
I'm good. I'm good.
Oh, yeah, just checking. Top and bottom. Don't be putting your hands all over the mango. Don't do that, okay? It's like a first date, guys, okay? You're not going to be putting everywhere. You just can hold their hand or something. You know what I mean? It's top and bottom, guys, okay? That's how you ruin the fruit, especially the Haitian mangoes. Why do people keep ruining Haitian mangoes? I don't know. But literally, that's how they get all, what's the word, mushy inside. Don't do it. It's bad karma, okay? And so I just want you guys to know the different types of mangoes, there are over 400, okay? And so you're not going to know all of them. But did you know?
How many have you had?
Good question. I have had quite a few, probably about maybe upwards of 100, maybe.
Wow.
No, about 100, maybe a little less. But because there's a farm here called Tropical Acres Farm, which is the same farm that Paul Neeson goes to. And yeah, they have a lot of varieties. It's in West Palm Beach, guys. So if anybody comes to Florida, you need to go there. You go on a tour and they literally, you eat the mangoes from the tree. Like, it's just heaven on earth. And also I would recommend Fruit and Spice Park. They are in Homestead here in Florida. And it's actually good that I don't have a car, Matt, because if I did, it would not be good. It would just, I would be homeless because I would spend all my money on fruit. And so, guys, the last thing I'll say about mangoes, yeah, the smell is super, super important. But if you don't want to buy all ripe stuff, right? And so if it's not ripe, you're not going to be able to smell it. And so what I would recommend is, personally, if you see these black dots on your mangoes, I don't know why, Matt, but that's an indication that it's going to be amazing. Why is that?
Wow. Yeah, that's a good question. Like you said, the ones that look weird and the ones that don't look the best sometimes are all actually the better ones.
Similar to dating. This is an amazing episode. We're giving we're giving relationship advice. We're giving advice. And so, guys, check out your the mangoes that don't look good, that don't seem exactly right. They might be the perfect ones. And then last thing I'll say is there is a Jeanette variety of mangoes spelled exactly like my name. Is there a Matt variety of any fruit?
Well, it's just that, nothing can live up to the Matt name, so I don't think so.
Next, we're going to go with melons, okay? I was going to say mangosteen, but we'll let Matt talk. We'll let Matt talk for a little bit. So, Matt, how do you pick out your watermelons?
Well, because I watch Ms.FitVegan, I have learned that you want to find one so I look for a dark green. I want it to be a nice dark green, but also to have a big yellow sunspot right here, big yellow sunspot. This one actually isn't even as big as I normally, look for, but that it will do. And then also, if you kind of hold it so that you're not like squeezing it, but you just hold it in one hand and you knock on it. And if it sounds a little bit hollow, that is an indication that it's ripe. So that's how I pick out mine. What do you think?
That's it. Just and like you said, you're gonna put in the reps, and so you're not gonna know right away. But if you keep going to the store and like hitting the watermelon, and then you take it home, and you're gonna remember what a good one feels like and sounds like. Okay. And so my other tip is sorry, I'm out of breath. Because one bicep curl. So the top and bottom. Okay, guys, the top and bottom, they need to be dark. If they're dark, it's a good indication that it's sweet. If it's light or moldy, it's old. Okay, that's important. And then the sunspot is really important. And then honestly, it's gonna be trial and error, like Matt and I keep saying. Because sometimes even me, I can pick out a bad watermelon. You never know. So just yes. No. Yes, I have picked out watermelons. Okay, I have made some bad decisions in my life. Yes, and so just please know that it's not ever going to be perfect. That's what's so beautiful about this lifestyle. Fruit is its own individual entity, and sometimes everything can look amazing on the outside, but it's not going to be good on the inside. Don't beat yourself up. Just keep going. Keep doing you, boo. And yeah, that's the best tip. It's got to feel hollow. And also it needs to feel heavier than its size. So this is so goddamn heavy for its size that I know it's full of water. It's going to be amazing. Oh my God. It's so fat. This is 60 pounds.
Wow. You weighed it?
Yes, I did.
Amazing.
I told you I don't have a life. Oh, intense. What about other melons, Matt? So, oh shit, I forgot to get my melons. So cantaloupe, honeydew, canary melons, hammy melons. How do you pick these out?
Yeah. So those especially, I want to find ones that have a strong scent, right? So especially cantaloupe, I really want it to have that really rich cantaloupe smell. So if I don't smell the cantaloupe by the time I get to it in the store, I know it's not ready. But you want to find the spot, the end where the stem comes off of, so if you can see where the stem was, you want to smell that right there. Ideally, you want to be able to smell it before you get to that point, but smell where the stem of the fruit or the melon was, and that is where it should smell the most fragrant. And yeah, again, back to the, I'm just a broken record here, but you want it to be not super hard. You don't want it to be super green either. So even cantaloupe, you don't want, sorry, say it again. You want it to be yellow, a good rich yellow color. You don't want it to be green. And yeah, and so honeydew will probably be it's a green melon. So yeah, I would just say just fragrance is the biggest factor in my analysis of picking out a good melon.
Yeah, and so what do you do then when, this is a hypothetical question, so feel free not to answer. So what do you do when you go to the store and there's nothing smells? Like there's no melons that smell?
I usually just don't buy any. But
hypothetical, Matt.
Yeah.
You don't buy it, but
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. If you don't smell it, but you got a hunch that it might be a good one, you could have the produce guy cut it open for you, and maybe they'll let you try it.
Maybe, but if it doesn't smell, how can it be good?
I don't know. They do weird things in the grocery store. Sometimes you get a random one that didn't smell and it was good.
Okay, perhaps. In where do you live? Minnesota, perhaps.
Yeah.
But
right.
In my world, it's got to smell, and that's the best tip for sure. I can't do better than that tip. Also, there should be some give on the melon. And honestly, guys, I have some super ripe melons in the fridge. I should get them, but I'm exhausted from that one bicep curl. But if you press into it and it has some give, and it smells amazing, buy a bunch and put them in the fridge. It will last much longer. And usually things that are ripe are cheaper too. So this is a great tip. Always go to that section and put them in the fridge to make things last longer. You can also cut up your fruit and freeze it. Okay, if you're trying to save money, this is a great tip. I was going to say something else about melons. Yeah, I mean, shop depending on what smells amazing in the store. When you walk into the store, what you smell is what you should buy. Like, we'll get to peaches in a minute, but I walked into the store the other day and all I could smell was the peaches. And they were so good because they're so fragrant, and that's how you know it's going to be really, really, really good. Thank you guys for being here, by the way. We have a lot of amazing people here. I'm sorry I have not seen the comments, and I'm sorry that it is already 1:15. That's crazy. But I should perhaps do this on my own, Matt, and just like, it'll just be like a 24-hour telethon.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay, next is real quick. We're almost done. I promise, Matt. Mamey Sapote. So I'm trying to clear a space. I'm trying, but it's so much fruit and I have so little area because I would like to cut it for you guys to show you. But the Mamey Sapote, it's very easy to know. Here's my best tip. You're gonna scrape each side. Now these, all three of them are ripe. So I'm gonna have to just do a Mamey Sapote fast. But basically what you would do is, okay, Mamey Sapote Island. You would scrape each side. Okay, I've already done this. You scrape each side with your finger. And if it's orange, buy it. If it's green, it was picked too early. This is the best tip that I can give you. Did you know that one?
No.
I know.
I'm taking notes.
Yeah, it's mental notes.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's the best tip I can give you. They smell very slightly, and they have to be soft all over. You know, I made the mistake many times in New York of buying these. Don't buy these in New York. I don't know what's going on in Minnesota. I don't know what's going on where you live, but it's a fucking disaster. I spent so much money. I kept trying, and they were always gray. And I didn't know the tip. I got that tip from a farmer here in Homestead. And so they were always gray inside. They're supposed to be vibrant and gorgeous and beautiful inside. And I will show you guys what it looks like. Matt's going to be jealous, but I'm sorry. I'm sorry about that. So this is what it's supposed to look like inside. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
It's amazing. It tastes like pumpkin pie. It's just the best thing ever. And yeah, it's just incredible. And I'm so excited. Okay, we got to wrap this up now. Bye, guys. So that's what that is. And then, of course, the seeds are so gorgeous and beautiful. It's just a gorgeous fruit. Beautiful, beautiful. If you put a little cinnamon, I don't do this, but some people like to put some cinnamon on it or some pumpkin pie spice. I like to, at Woodstock, we make nice cream, and then we put the Mamey Sapote, like we put nice cream on top, and it's just like a whole experience. Okay, so that's Mamey. And then Mangosteen, real quick, guys. And if you want more tips on exotic tropical fruit, check out my book. Link in my bio. It's only $11.11, and it will show you, it will tell you what to expect when you start eating a lot of fruit, where to buy the best fruit, how to store each one, recipes, benefits, all you need to know about exotic tropical fruit. And so Mangosteen, real quick. Matt's feeling left out. Sorry. Sorry. Favorite fruit, one of. Every fruit is my favorite fruit, but it has to have some give to it, okay? And the top needs to be green, technically. You're really not going to find it in the United States, though. So that's why you want to really get your ass to Thailand or Malaysia one day, okay? Have you been, Matt?
No, unfortunately not.
No, me neither. But
yeah.
One day we'll do this live from Thailand. Okay.
Yeah.
And so, well, I'll be there.
Right. I'll probably be in, upstate Minnesota somewhere on an ice rink.
Just kidding, guys. Okay. You want this to be green? I can't get it green. Oh, but this is a good one. You see the difference? I mean, I don't know if you can see, but that's greener than this. And also you want to make sure it's not rock hard. Okay. Because if it is, then it's not going to be good. So anyway, that's the Mangosteen. And then let us just wrap it up, Matt, with how about you do papaya?
Ooh, thank you. All right. So papaya, I would say, again, you want it to be colorful. You don't want to get a green papaya unless you're going to let it ripen, which I tend to find if you get it where it's starting to get orange in the store, it's going to be, yeah, okay, like that. You can see hers is getting a little bit orange. They're yellow. Those are the ones that I go for.
3 stages. I'm trying to show.
Yes. Very nice. So yeah, that's exactly what I'm talking about. You want to have a variety of ripeness in your fruits so that you can kind of have a nice rotation going. But yeah, papaya, you definitely want it to be orange and yellow and brightly colored. It's going to have a good smell to it. And actually, so what I have found, and I don't know if you agree with this, Jeanette, but I would say when it starts to almost look like it's going bad on the outside is when it's going to be the best. Is that what you have found as well?
I'm pretty sure you read that in one of my stories. So
I did.
No, please. I told you I don't do autographs, but yeah, 100%.
Yeah. So that's what I would say for papaya.
Yeah, I agree. And then for the papayas, guys, I know everybody's paranoid about the GMO situation. So that's why I always look for stickers like this. It says, you're probably not gonna be able to read it, but it's a number 3, but it says non-GMO. Okay, and it's a product of Mexico, produce of Mexico. Married is the brand. It tastes amazing. I highly recommend this brand. There was a company called Martha's Best. Matt, have you ever had these?
I tried to order a case of Martha's Best like probably 6 months ago, and it said that they weren't delivering.
Yeah, where you been, Matt? You've been offered
Ice rink.
You just tried 6 months ago?
Yeah, I know. I'm behind the times. What happened?
He's the salad.
Yeah.
Wait, I don't yet. But I will get the salad book soon, 5-star salad, because that's Matt's specialty.
Yeah.
As you can see by his it took him 10.5 years to order papayas from Martha's Best. But yeah, they unfortunately went out of business because of the COVID.
What?
Which we probably aren't allowed to even say the word. So
yeah,
now
we're canceled now.
Now there'll be a delay. Okay. So the papayas is, I guess that's the last thing. Oh, pineapple. Okay. Picking out your pineapple is very easy. Number 1, you're going to smell it. Okay? Number 2, please try to get them from Costa Rica. Otherwise, I don't know if they're going to be good. Number 3, pineapples are one of the fruits that don't ripen once they are picked. And I have a whole episode, a whole YouTube video on this, which fruits ripen once they're picked and which fruits don't. And a good indication is where you buy it. So grapes and berries, these are bought in the refrigerator section because they don't ripen after picked, after harvested. Same with pineapples, okay? They should really, I guess they should keep them in the fridge, but anyway, they don't. But the best indication is the color should be golden. This one is perfect. Matt, do you think this is a myth? They say if you pull it from the top and the top comes off.
I've heard that is a myth and that it actually means that it's going bad.
But sometimes fruit needs to look like it's, like you just said so perfect about the papaya. Like everyone would think this is ripe. I'm not going to open this yet because I love when papaya looks like it's going bad.
Yeah.
That's amazing. And so I agree with that about pineapples too. I don't know if this is true or not.
I don't know.
They're coming off, but yeah.
Yeah.
It's so, oh my God, this one's going to be amazing. But don't wait too long, guys. If you wait too long, it gets overripe. And something being overripe is fermented and will not digest good. It needs to be perfect. And that's why we're doing this episode. And like I said, I have a whole PDF that I made. So that goes into more detail on how to pick out every single fruit. Matt, are there any fruits? There's lots of more fruits, obviously. But are there any fruits that you specifically wanted to talk about?
No, we covered all of the main ones that I had.
Of course. And then just we didn't really talk about tomatoes and cucumbers. Sorry, I just dropped something.
Oh, no.
I also have breadfruit, guys. If you know about breadfruit, this is jackfruit's little baby cousin. No? Yeah.
No, never had it.
Yeah, no. So you can make amazing fries. It tastes like French fries. I highly recommend it. I have a YouTube channel on this, so check out breadfruit. And you can eat it raw once it is ripe. So it needs to be dark, and so it is ripening, so you can eat it raw. I also have these tomatoes. You know, what are these called, Matt?
Romas?
What the fuck? Oh.
It looks like a Roma tomato to me.
Do Romas have these stems?
Well, I'm sure they do at some point. I thought that was some sort of Miami thing.
No.
Oh.
These are tree tomatoes, also known as tamarillos. Okay, they're so freaking delicious. These are my favorite tomato. You know, hey, he tried, guys. He tried. That's the best we can do. We can just try. Okay,
I live in Minnesota, right? I mean, I'm lucky to get like a cherry tomato up here.
He's lucky to get a Roma tomato. You know these are good when they are dark. Don't open them if they are light. And same with all tomatoes, right? Right, Matt?
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. You want them to be nice and dark and rich in color. And they will smell too. You know, they will have a nice tomato scent. And those are the best ones.
Yes. And cucumbers, they don't smell, but they need to be firm.
Yep.
Perhaps Matt's favorite expression, rock hard.
There it is.
Guys, with that, I think we are going to wrap it up. Okay, so I don't think Matt wrote down questions because he was having too much fun.
Yeah. No, I didn't write one down. I'm sorry.
Matt is fired. If anybody would like to know with me, please DM me the word rock hard. Okay, the word rock hard, and I will consider your application. Sherry will help me with that. Okay, so there is one question, Matt, for sure. How do you know if an apple was picked before it was ripe? Oh, wow. That is such a great question. We talked about apples a long time ago, Boo. So rewind this episode. But Matt?
If it's bitter, probably, you know. If it's not sweet, then it probably was picked too soon.
Yeah, there you go. I don't really know too much about apples because I don't know what's going on there, Matt. It seems very strange to me. Like, I know that they spray stuff. I know that there's like wax on these fruits, and that's the tropical exotic fruit. And no, none of this is organic. Most of it isn't, because honestly, guys, this is from another country, most of this fruit. I mean, the mangoes are from here, a farmer I know, right? Yeah. The papayas are from, no, the papayas are not from here. And I trust fruit from other countries much more than America, to be honest. And you can't really find organic durian, organic jackfruit. I mean, it's going to be very hard. And so don't worry too much about organic unless we so much more to talk about.
I know.
Unless I eat it and I don't have to peel it, okay? We're going to end the episode in 5 minutes, I promise. But if you eat it without peeling it, like berries and grapes, you want it to be organic. Matt, why is it so important that that is organic?
Well, I mean, you don't want to take pesticides in unnecessarily. I mean, you know, it might be unavoidable for, you know, to a certain extent, but the more you can reduce your exposure to pesticides and fertilizers and all these things, these are essentially antibiotics, right? They're designed to kill life. And so if we ingest that, you know, the enormous amount of bacteria in our GI tract is going to be killed. And that's going to cause dysbiosis, and it's going to cause digestive disorders and low energy, and you know, all these sorts of things that we don't want. And so avoiding these chemicals that these companies have basically tricked our farmers and people into using, you know, it's really had a detrimental effect. And so the more we can get back to a natural way of growing food and eating food that is as free of pesticides and other chemicals as possible, that is going to make this lifestyle even more amazing for all of us, because the better we feel, the more enjoyment we're going to have on this lifestyle. And that is how you do it, by avoiding those synthetic chemicals.
Yes, so true. And then, okay, my last tip, Matt, and then if you have any other tips, okay, so guys, if you see something in the store, it looks amazing, it smells amazing, everything's amazing, but you're like, what do? I don't know if it's going to be good. I want to buy a lot of them. Okay, well, guess what? Buy one, go to the bathroom, or just like, go like that, go outside, try it.
Wow.
If it's good, go back inside, buy them all.
Look how juicy that thing is.
It's so good.
Oh my God.
If your fruit is not like juicy, dripping down, then it's not ripe. What are you doing? The reason why you probably can't stick to this lifestyle is because you don't know how to pick out the fruit. And if you're not making a mess when you eat fruit, it's not ripe. It's not ripe. So I know wants me to be, wants things to be less sticky around here. But I'm not willing to eat unripe fruit because it's not going to have the most nutrients. It's not going to taste the best, which is the most important part. It's got to taste amazing. And you're going to feel amazing, and you're going to look amazing, and you're going to be amazing, and you're going to live your best amazing life by what you eat. You are what you eat. Eat only the best. Any other tips, tricks, or rock hard things you'd like to talk about?
I would just like to reinforce that idea that, you know, keep your life sticky. You know, the better.
That's all we got, kids. That's pretty much all we got.
Yes.
Matt,
sticky and juicy, sticky and sweet.
Thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate it. And if you had any questions and we didn't get to them, you didn't put them in the question box. Sorry, but I love you. DM us and we'll ask Matt and I next week. Thank you for being here. See you soon. Thanks, Matt.
All right. Thanks. See you guys.
Bye.